Leos have a short fuse, and I'm about to spill the tea on the 6 things that really get under their skin. Today, we're diving into the world of astrology zodiac signs and exploring their unique triggers that can push a Leo's button. From fiery outbursts to icy cold silences, Leos are known for their passionate reactions when they feel disrespected, ignored, or wronged. So, which zodiac signs are most likely to get on their bad side? Whether it's a romantic friendship, relationship, or even a casual acquaintance, understanding what makes a Leo tick can help you navigate those complex emotional waters. And who knows, you might just learn something new about yourself or a loved one along the way. So without further ado, let's dive into the 6 ways that Leos can lose it and the zodiac signs that are most likely to trigger their anger. Number 1, Leos hate being ignored, especially by signs that are typically more reserved or aloof, like Capricorn. When a Leo puts effort into a conversation or relationship, they expect to be seen and heard. Ignoring them or playing it cool can be perceived as a personal rejection, leading them to feelings of frustration and anger. Capricorn, for instance, can be so focused on their goals and ambition that they might unintentionally brush off a Leo's advances or idea, and this can lead to a Leo feeling like they're not important or valued in the relationship. This can be a major trigger for them. In a relationship, this can also manifest as a Leo constantly seeking attention and validation from their Capricorn partner. If they're not getting the response they crave, they might become loud, dramatic, or even aggressive to get their point across. When dealing with a Leo, it's essential to acknowledge their emotions and, more importantly, their contribution. Even if you don't agree with them, a simple "I hear you" or "I appreciate your input" can go a long way in preventing arguments in relationships. Leos also hate being ignored in group settings where they feel like they're not being heard or seen. If they're trying to contribute to a conversation or brainstorming session, make sure to give Leos the attention and recognition they deserve. In the next section, we'll explore how Leos feel disrespected by signs that are overly critical, such as Virgo. Leos feel disrespected by signs that are overly critical, such as Virgo, and the impact this has on their self-esteem when a Virgo starts nitpicking or criticizing a Leo's action or ideas can be utterly devastating for a Leo. Virgos, being the perfectionists they are, might not intend to hurt a Leo's feeling, but their constant nitpicking can make a Leo feel like they're walking on eggshells. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy, defensiveness, or even anger. In a relationship, this criticism can be particularly toxic, as Leos thrive on praise and admiration. If a Virgo partner is constantly finding fault, a Leo might start to feel like they're not good enough, or that they'll never meet their partner's expectations. To avoid triggering a Leo's anger, Virgos should focus on constructive feedback that's specific, objective, and actionable. It's important for Virgos to avoid general feedback or general criticism or personal attacks, as these can be perceived as a declaration of war from a Leo's perspective. Moreover, Leos appreciate it when you acknowledge their efforts and progress, even if they're not perfect. A simple "I see what you're trying to do," or "you're working on this, I've noticed some improvement, I've noticed some great changes, I appreciate your efforts, I like the direction you're heading." Any of those can work wonders for their self-esteem. Next, Leos dislike passive-aggressive behavior, particularly from signs like Libra, which can lead to frustration and anger. When Libra uses their charm and diplomacy to manipulate and avoid conflict, it can drive a Leo crazy. Libras might think they're being diplomatic or tactful, but their indirectness can actually be perceived as insincere or passive-aggressive by Leo. This can lead to feelings of frustration, as Leo prefers dealing with a partner who is direct an honest communicator. In a relationship, this can manifest as a Leo feeling like they're constantly walking on eggshells or never really knowing what their Libra partner means or why their mood is suddenly changing or may feel like their partner has a hidden agenda but may not be able to put their finger on it. To avoid triggering a Leo's anger, Libras should focus on being more open, more honest, and more direct in their communication. They should avoid using sarcasm, backhanded compliments, or other passive-aggressive means to communicate what they feel, as this can often be misinterpreted by a Leo. Leo appreciate it when you're willing to confront and resolve issues directly rather than avoiding them or sweeping them under the rug. Leos can be angered by unpredictability of signs like Gemini, who may flake out on plans or change their mind frequently. When Gemini suddenly cancel plans at the last minute or switches gears without warning, it can leave a Leo feeling frustrated, confused, and often even betrayed. Being a fixed sign, Leo is not at all receptive to inconsistent communication. Gemini might think they're being spontaneous or flexible, but their unpredictability can be perceived as unreliable or even disrespectful by Leo, and this can lead to feelings of anger, as Leos value reliability and consistency in all their relationships. In a relationship, this can look like a Leo feeling like they can't count on their Gemini partner to follow through on the commitments that they made. And this can lead to feelings of insecurities or anxiety in the relationship as Leo tries to navigate their partner's ever-changing plans. To avoid triggering a Leo's anger, Gemini should focus on being more reliable and consistent in their actions and their commitment. Avoid last-minute changes or cancellation and try to communicate your plans and your intentions clearly. Moreover, Leos appreciate it when you respect their time and energy rather than leaving them hanging or making them feel like they're the least important person in your life. Leos are affected by the jealousy of signs like Scorpio, which can create tension and drama in the relationship. When Scorpios become overly possessive and controlling, it can be perceived as a personal attack on Leo's independence, character, and autonomy. Scorpios might think they're just showing love and concern and protection, but their jealousy can be misinterpreted as clinginess or neediness by Leo, and this can lead to feelings of anger, resentment, or even rebellion as Leo values their freedom and autonomy. In a relationship, this can manifest as Leo feeling trapped, suffocated by their Scorpio's partner's demands and expectation. This can lead to power struggles between the two of them, a lot of anger and even drama, as Leo tries to assert their independence and dominance. To avoid triggering a Leo's anger, Scorpio should focus on building trust and security through open communication and mutual respect. Avoid controlling or jealous behavior and try to respect a Leo's need for autonomy and independence. Moreover, Leos appreciate it when you trust them and give them space to breathe, rather than trying to micromanage their every move. Leos struggle with the stubbornness of signs like Taurus, as it can lead to unnecessary conflicts and frustrations. When Taurus digs in their heels and refuses to budge, it can drive a Leo crazy. Taurus might think they're being loyal, consistent, or even principled. However, their stubbornness can be perceived as inflexibility or a lack of kindness by Leo. This can lead to feelings of anger, frustration, or even exhaustion as Leo tries to persuade or negotiate with their Taurus partner. In a relationship, this can manifest as Leo feeling like they're constantly butting heads with their Taurus partner who refuses to compromise or listen to their perspective. This can lead to feelings of resentment or anger as Leo tries to assert their dominance and control in the relationship. To avoid triggering a Leo's anger, Taurus should focus on being more flexible and open-minded in their communication and avoid being too rigid or unyielding and try to find common ground or compromise with your Leo partner. Leos appreciate it when you listen to their perspective and try to understand their point of view rather than digging in your heels and refusing to budge. In summary, Leos lose it when they're ignored, criticized, manipulated, or disrespected by other zodiac signs, whether it is a Capricorn's aloofness, a Virgo's criticism, a Libra's passive aggressiveness, a Gemini's unpredictability, a Scorpio's jealousy, or a Taurus's stubbornness. Each sign has its unique trigger points that can set off a Leo's anger. So the next time you're dealing with a Leo, remember to acknowledge their emotions, respect their autonomy, and communicate openly and honestly. And who knows, you might just avoid triggering their fiery lion and lioness temper. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share your experience with Leos in the comment below. If you want to learn more about zodiac signs and their quirks, check out our latest YouTube video at Intuitive Healing.